If you went into a bar and there's a group of people, it's a networking event, much like you were at before you walked into this room. And maybe I came up to a group, this group of 3 people are having a little conversation. I walk in and I say, hi, I'm Connor, I'm Irish, 38 years old. I have an interest in sailing, I like running. And they've walked away. So how do you get people to engage with you when you're networking?
대부분의 사람들은 누군가 앞에서 말하는 것이 굉장히 어색합니다. 당당하게 자신의 의견을 피력하는 것이 아니라 오히려 나의 생각을 감추고 누군가가 하라는 대로 하라는 교육을 받아왔기 때문입니다. 그래서 우리는 말하는 것이 두렵고 어색하기도 합니다. 우리나라 사람들은 질문을 하지 않는다. 우리나라 사람들은 말을 잘 못한다라는 오명도 있습니다. 어떻게 하면 말을 더 매력적으로 잘할 수 있을까요? 이 영상을 보시면 그에 대한 해답을 얻을 수 있을 것입니다.
Now tomorrow, I don't know how many of you are speaking, but I guarantee if you go to conferences, 19 out of 20 speakers will start in one of these ways. Number 1, my name is Connor Neal, I'm from Tango, and this talk is about the latest trend in monitoring strategies. Now, all of you are sitting with a piece of paper in front of you that says, I'm Connor Neal, I've come from Ireland, and I'm going to talk about Tango 04 and this. So, by repeating what you already know, I'm giving a signal that it's a time to get your BlackBerry out. I've just signaled that this talk is opportunity to reconnect with BlackBerry, make sure the office is okay, maybe get some plans together for the weekend. Another way to start. The lights, the mic's working. How much time have I got? Okay, right. Okay, is it plugged in? And you laugh, but I guarantee tomorrow there's going to be some moments that get a little bit of that. And why? Because this is, for some of you, the first time you see this individual. They're here as a leader in their industry. So I think there's only 3 ways of starting a speech. And it's the same if you went into a bar and there's a group of people, it's a networking event, much like you were at before you walked into this room. And maybe I came up to a group, this group of 3 people are having a little conversation. I walk in and I say, hi, I'm Connor, I'm Irish, 38 years old. I have an interest in sailing, I like running. And they've walked away. So how do you get people to engage with you when you're networking? I say in networking, the best thing you can do is walk up. I think we know someone in common. Hopefully you've done your research, so you do know that you know someone in common. But with LinkedIn, you can find out who knows who on anyone you want. So how to start a speech? First way, with a question that matters to the audience. How do you phrase a problem that the audience faces in a question? So that'd be the 3rd best way of starting a speech. The 2nd best way of starting a speech is with a factoid that shocks. There's more people alive today than have ever died. There's more people alive today than have ever died. So there's a lot of speeches that can follow on from there. What's a fact that shocks the audience into rethinking? Google has transformed your ability to get at these facts. Given 2 or 3 minutes, you can find out, 1, whether anything I've said is true, but the best way to start a speech, and the way that I hope all of you use from now forward, is the same way we start a story to a child. Now, how do we start a story to a child? Once upon a time. And what happens when you say once upon a time? I can tell you what happens when I say once upon a time. My daughter leans forward, gets ready to hear, engages. But in business, you don't hear Jack Welch saying once upon a time. Steve Jobs doesn't start his speeches once upon a time. So there's a grown-up way of saying once upon a time. The way you tell stories as an adult is, in October, it was the last time I was in this room. There were 120 people in the room, and I was having a little conversation with one of the world experts on public speaking. And he said something to me. He said something to me that's had me thinking ever since. He said something to me that changed what I think about what's important in speaking. Now I can pause for about 30 seconds, 2-3 minutes, and you want to know what he said. So, in speaking in sales, we assume self-interest. So if you can tell a story from your own life that connects you to why this topic is important to you, why you first joined the company, when you first saw someone benefit, and you saw how their life was changed. And I think here, exploring what quality of life means for you. In your business, how do you affect quality of life for a customer? Because that's where the stories that will start to connect you to the audience will come from. Because stories are about people. They're not about objects, they're not about things. It's about the people behind the things. If you want to tell a good story about Tango, don't talk about the software. Talk about the people who built the software, what they do, how they are, what's important to them, what they sacrifice. And in your own life, what does quality of life mean? What sacrifices have you made to achieve something that was more important? And if you can tell stories and the audience connect with those stories, then they want to hear what you have to say. And all the reasons and all the benefits, they're all written in the document and in the PowerPoint. But they need to trust you. And they need to care about you as a person to engage with you and then decide that they will act.
틀 속에 박힌 소개는 진부하죠. 자신을 드러낼 수 있는 포인트 없이 회사 면접에 이런 식으로 자기소개하는 것은 정말 최악의 면접이 될 것입니다. 짧은 시간 안에 임팩트를 주기 위해서는 이렇게 무난하게 준비해서는 안 돼요. 면접뿐만 아니라 첫인상을 주는 모든 인간관계에서도 마찬가지입니다. 그가 스피치를 효과적으로 시작하는 3가지 방법에 대해서 설명했어요. 첫 번째, 상대방이 직면한 문제여야 한다. 전 세계적으로 문제가 되는 일들이 참 많습니다. 하지만 우리가 직접적으로 직면한 상황은 아닙니다. 그렇기에 이런 문제들보다 내가 실제 직면한 인간관계 트러블, 야근, 워라밸 이런 문제들이 훨씬 더 크게 다가오게 됩니다. 그렇기에 청중들에게 그들의 직접적인 문제를 꼬집으며 이야기를 시작해야 귀를 쫑긋하게 되는 것입니다. 나와 타인의 주파수를 동일한 대역으로 맞추는 과정이에요. 둘째, 사람들이 놀랄 만한 이야기여야 합니다. 일반적이지 않은 사실을 제시해서 호기심을 유발하는 전략입니다. 이는 마케팅 기법이기도 해요. 제 유튜브 제목들에도 그 원리가 담겨 있습니다. 전 세계를 놀라게 한 15세 CEO. 우와, 15세 CEO가 된다고? 어떻게 가능하지? 근데 심지어 전 세계를 놀라게 했다고? 긍정적 생각은 당신을 망하게 한다. 긍정적 생각을 하는 건 당연히 좋은 거 아닌가? 왜 망하게 한다는 거지? 성공하는 사람의 말들을 함부로 따라하지 마세요. 당연히 성공하는 사람들의 말을 따라야 그들처럼 성공할 텐데 왜 따라하지 말라는 거지? 궁금증과 호기심을 일으키기 위해서는 통념과는 완전 다른 사실을 제시해주면 됩니다. 셋째, 자신만의 스토리가 담겨 있어야 해요. 결국에는 스토리입니다. 성공할 수 있는 원리 그 자체는 굉장히 진부해 보이고 감동적이지도 않아요. 좋은 습관을 가져라. 담대한 도전을 해라. 실패를 두려워 말라. 하지만 자신이 그 원리를 통해 하루하루 겪어왔던 고통, 고뇌, 즐거웠던 사건들을 스토리 형식으로 풀게 된다면 무미건조했던 원리에 화자의 색감이 더해져서 훨씬 흥미롭게 느껴지게 됩니다. 제가 컨텐츠로 만들었던 정지영 회장의 성공 스토리가 바로 전형적인 그 예입니다. 위대한 도전을 하라. 세상에는 전쟁 말고는 어려움이 없다라는 메시지를 자신이 무자본으로 조선소를 건립하고 배를 만들어준 스토리, 거북선 집회로 관계자를 설득했다는 흥미로운 주제로 풀어냈기 때문에 우리에게 훨씬 더 감동적으로 다가오게 되는 거예요. 이 3가지 원칙을 지키며 말하게 되면 어떤 자리에서 어떤 말을 하더라도 사람들에게 훨씬 더 매력적인 말을 할 수 있게 될 것입니다. 여러분들의 성공 마인드 동반자 작심만일입니다.